What's going on, guys? Welcome to Big Guilty Cigar Podcast. Today, my guest is going to be Hugosmokes. Once Hugo gets here, and you know, right now I'm just waiting for Hugo to log on, and we're gonna find out just a little bit about Hugo's backstory. Just what's been going on with him and how he got his start and cigars, and also just like who is Hugo. So I think this is going to be a very interesting conversation. And tonight I am lighting up a. This is a Perdomo Noir. So one of my guys, Jamil, gave this to me. We were down in South Jersey at an event, and he seen it, and he was saying how he was talking about how he hasn't seen these in forever. So he was saying that back in the day they were really good smoke. So I'm gonna try it out and see how it is. So Hugo's running on Mexican time right now, so I was running a little bit behind. The goddamn band pushed up on me. So I see Texas Taurus is in the building, or was in the building, but I actually got a really really nice bomb from actually got a really really nice bomb from Michael Prisdale from Master Ash, and he gave me a bag of cigars. So in the meantime, I guess I can go through them while I wait for Hugo. And normally I don't do box openings. I don't know. It's not really one of my things. Um, I don't know. So sometimes I feel like it's gloating a little bit. Like you're bragging about. You know, but some people are into it, some people aren't, and I'm just grateful that somebody went out and actually sent me a whole lot of a massive amount of cigars that I haven't smoked. So you know, yeah. So let's start off with um a nightshade. So we start off with a nightshade, and then we got a crooks. That light is so damn bright, that I have here. So if I could just get that down. But hold on one second. My brother's calling me. Let me see what's going on there. Yeah, for real, he's a no-show on this, man. Left me hanging. Say, listen, it is what it is. Hugo's good people, man. I talk to Hugo, whenever we're on Discord and he's in a tribal chat, we chop it up. So, Hugo's a good dude. So we got a undercrown 10. A Casa Magnum or Maga, nah, whatever it's called. Like my reading is awful. So Lancero. This guy's one of my favorites from Drew Estate. The Nortino. That's what I'm gonna call it. Hugo's here. So I'm still gonna go through this while my man Hugo.
Hey, what's going on? No.
Yo, what's going on? You running on black time? What's going on here?
What? I'm running on East Coast time, brother.
Yeah, I'm right now. I'm just showing what Michael went and sent me.
Which
Uh,
Michael?
Master Ash.
Oh, he sent you some sticks?
Yeah, man, a lot of sticks. So he sent me an Aladino Dark Corojo.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, so he sent me like a little bomb. So I'm just letting people know what he sent me, and
Solid, bro.
yeah, yo, this is super solid. A acid 20 year Maduro.
Is that the one with the
Another,
black and silver cap band?
yep, yeah. Another crooks. So we have a Monte Cristo signature series, a Espada. I think I smoked that cigar a while ago. And one of my favorites, Mil Diaz.
Mil Diaz, the regular or the new one?
Oh, the regular. Brick House, limited edition. A Casa Magnum 15, Colorado.
Oh, I have that one. I haven't tried it yet.
And he sent me a Tadawate Master Series. I mean, a Monster Series.
Oh, which one?
This guy right here, the white man. It's kind of hard because my camera is so bright.
Oh, okay.
My light is so bright that he sent me a Amafuente.
Placencia.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Another monster, but the blue label, baby blue label.
Okay.
This one was the one I spoke to Michael earlier, and he gave me the whole backstory on this Lancero. This is a 2010 from um. God damn it, I cannot think of the name of the brand, but it's one of Michael's favorite brands that he spoke highly of a few times. And we have another Monster series. Oh my gosh!
Hey, send
You
you
know, I was
something.
telling everybody that, yeah, man. I normally don't do like box openings and stuff like that. Because I feel like it's gloating a little bit.
It's what?
And I said so. I feel like it's gloating a little bit. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
yeah. So I normally don't do them, but I'm always grateful for any cigars anybody sends me. So I got a J&R.
LJR.
A yeah, a Terry D. Andres. I got this one big guy, limited, but I don't see a name on it. It's just a big guy
Was
with
that
a
Lampert? Lampert?
Lampard. I guess so.
The guy
Yeah.
with the top hat?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And another monster. So Michael sent me some amazing stuff, and shout outs to you. I actually spoke to Michael today, so next Sunday, me and him should be doing a podcast together, with Tom Fisher from the Bourbon Blog.
Okay.
So we're gonna dive deep into the world of spirits. So that should be cool. But you know, without further ado, guys, my guest is here. So it's enough about what I got. Uh, it's about the guest. But Mike did. He also sent me this fire hat to the Master Your Ash hat.
Oh,
But
sick, bro.
yeah, man. So without further ado, my man Hugo is finally here, and I think I put my fucking cigar in the bag with the rest, the one I was gonna smoke with the rest of the cigars that I got. So I'm like I said before, I'm smoking uh a Perdomo Champagne Noir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've only had
So
the regular champagne, the Connecticut.
yeah, no, listen, no, don't bring that up. Don't bring that cigar up. That cigar is trash, beyond trash, super trash,
You don't like it?
super. No, I don't like that one. But I do like a lot of Perdomo stuff. So what you lighting up, Hugo?
I got a Aventura King's Gold,
Okay.
and I think it's a Corona. Yeah, it's a Corona, but
All
it's
right, all right.
kind of stuck right here, bro. I'm gonna have to cut it.
You know what? Honestly, you want to know, like 85% of the times,
Uh,
I use my nails. I use my thumb, and I just go around it with my thumb,
no, I mean
and I just
the
pop it up.
the cellophane.
Mm.
It's stuck on the cellophane.
Oh shit!
But I'm a cowboy, so I gotta always have a.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I'm a cowboy, baby.
Space cowboy.
Hmm.
Ooh,
All right.
yeah. This is my first shot at
So Hugo, what was so? what's your so we gonna start off. We gonna start the podcast off right, man. What's your social?
What's my social? You mean my social status?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit.
So Hugo. So how long you been reviewing cigars, Hugo?
I just started reviewing cigars. I actually my channel just opened up in um November of last year.
Okay.
Yeah, just opened it up.
Nice. So
Damn,
like, so
interesting.
what made you decide to start a cigar channel?
Um, so I've been smoking cigars for a while. I've been watching all these guys, big names. You know the ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
And well, I, I'm pretty good with the with audio. I used to run like a big I used to set up audio for like big bands and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I actually still have a lot of my stuff. Um, did a little bit of recording, studio recording, Pro Tools and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So then I was like, dude, like this the video seems pretty cool too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I just started. I think my first posts were actually just shorts, just like like little
Okay.
30. What you can only record what 60 seconds of
Yeah.
just
60
smoking a
seconds. Yeah.
so just smoking a cigar and just posting it every third, just getting like whatever experiences I was getting, whatever flavor notes, and then I was like, what the heck, dude? Let me just let me go full retard on this and upload a full scale video.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how's the experience been for you?
So
From going from just being a regular smoker to now a reviewer, you know, like actually interacting with people and seeing the comments and
so it,
people loving what you do.
so it's been crazy, dude. It's been like you know I think the the number one satisfaction that I can say I have from starting this journey is meeting the people that I have met. Um, from yourself to like all these other guys that are on our Discord chat.
Yeah.
Peter, all them people. I never thought that I would actually be in contact with them. You know, when I first started, when I uploaded my first video, obviously, my background over here, it's my front yard, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking I'm gonna put up a green screen and then do like a virtual background type of thing because I don't know, like everybody's backgrounds is like different, But then
Mm-hmm.
when people started commenting and they started liking the horses passing by and all this stuff and they were like
Yeah,
all
man.
amazed. Uh-huh. Mm,
Oh, the horses are part of you, man.
exactly. They became part of the video. People were excited, to see the horses, dude. Like, and I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell? That's crazy. So I was like, screw it. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna leave an open background. It's perfect lighting, by the way, because I usually record my videos after lunch, so like around 1ish, and that it's like the perfect time to catch a video because, as you know, like the video production, you gotta have good lighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I just yeah, I just kept it like that. And one thing led to another, just meeting people. I think I first started the first people that I started talking to was Gringo,
Mm.
cigars, and Roger. Those are the first two people I started talking to.
Mm. And Roger's good people.
Hmm.
You know, Rogers very good people. You know, like it's funny because like meeting Roger, Peter, and Felipe, and just they got something really good going on, and it's crazy how you may not know somebody for very long. You're like, yo, let's start a channel together, and then you start becoming close. You become like brothers.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. It's pretty amazing. I really like the fact that, especially with the community, is that everybody wants to pair up with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's ego is too big. Everybody's like, oh, you know, let's hop on, man. Let's do this. Like, yo, you free? What day you free?
Yeah.
So that right there to me is one of the it's one of those things, because you hear about stories from the old guard, and those guys were like, nah, I'm not gonna team up with you,
Uh-huh.
because it was money involved.
Okay.
So now just seeing how the landscape changed, especially with the new wave guys, the unbanded guys, you, Hugo, of course, Tony, Eric, Martine was probably one of my first people that I reached out to. That was like a big, like that was like actually big in the industry. Like Martine was like he like this is when I had sticks and fire cigars, and I emailed Martine, and we went back and forth a few times, and Martine was like, yo, I'll come on. And I was like, yo, I just got a fucking a interview. This guy, he has like 5,000 subscribers. And then from then, me and Martine, we became close. And then I had Martine on for a second time, and then that's when finally, he invited me into the Legion. So the first time I met Martine, he brought it up. So I would go and text Martine, yo, Martine, yo, where's the link at? Nothing. It took Martine like 6 months for him to send me the link to join the Legion.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Speaking of Peter, what's up, Peter? He just tuned in.
ugh, yeah.
Yeah,
Go to
Peter,
hell, Peter.
Texasaurus, Mike, Cigar Carpenter, Matt, Bud.
You know what? Like I need like a sound, like I need like a soundboard. And the sound would just be like, yo, fuck you, Peter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get a sampling pad, bro. I
Yo,
thought you
for
did
real,
have it
man.
because you have like the whole like the mic condenser mic and all that.
Yeah, like nah, he's good people, man. Peter's good people, Like I think I'm good. Once the playoffs start in hockey, I'm gonna try to go and get him on to give like a little like breakdown of how he feels about each team, because I know he's a big hockey guy, so we could do like a little playoff preview,
Oh yeah, he's big into hockey.
So we do something like that. We got the draft show in 2 weeks. So the draft show is going to be. I think Peter said he'll come on, even though he doesn't really follow the draft. So it's going to be the first round of the NFL draft that we're going to do that Thursday, and we're going to do it
Mm.
live as the draft is going on. And we'll just go and just break down each team's picks, and if they want, like, I watch a lot of college football, so everybody that's coming out, I pretty much know what's going on. So the only thing that I don't know is the offensive lineman, except for a couple.
Hmm.
But for the most part, I know who's coming out. So
Nice.
oh shit, dog rocker. Oh man, Peter's something else, man. I love Pete. Hold up. So
He,
first of all, see, now you see Mac is in the chat, right? And Mac want to talk mess. But ask him what happened last night to his Celtics. They got that ass whooped
was
last
that
night.
Matt in the morning?
No. That's Mac.
Wait, who's back? Tiki Bar.
Yeah, yeah. Mac want to talk, but his Celtics got that ass whooped last night by the Knicks. So he needs to just sit there and whoop. Yeah. So Hugo, man. So like, let's go into before you became Hugo Smokes. Like, who was you? Like, where'd you grow up at?
Here in LA.
in LA?
Yeah. Actually, my childhood was fucking South LA, bro. It was like the hood.
Mm. Wow.
Hmm.
So so in South LA, like was is it like they say it? Like where it's like every block has this gang, and it's like, yo, if you ain't down with that, then you can't go on that block. You can't wear certain hats, certain color. Like
Well,
the one thing about LA that I found surprising is the hats. Like you can't wear certain hats in certain areas.
yeah. Well, if you're banging, yeah,
Yeah.
you better respect the colors.
Mm.
No matter what color skin you are. But if you're just a regular person, um, it doesn't matter. You can go anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, now it's calmed down a little bit, but back in the '80s when I grew up,
Yeah.
pretty crazy, bro.
Like so like in high school, like was your high school mixed, or was it mostly just Mexican for your high
So
school?
so I grew up over there only like through elementary, and
Okay.
then I moved out. Then I came to a more suburb area, which is where I'm
Okay.
at right now. So my high school was so at the time when I went to high school, actually there was a beef between the gangsters, like the bangers and the
Yeah.
greasers. Greasers were coming up. It was like late '90s, so there was a bunch
Mm.
of greasers out here in LA,
Mm.
and they had beef with the cholos, and it was like
Mm.
rumble mania every day, bro. Brunch, lunch, after school.
You know, like I remember growing up, for us, it was like we couldn't go to the west side of New Rochelle. So the west side of New Rochelle was all like Central American. And if you beef with one, you beefing with the whole neighborhood. Like I'm talking about, like uncles was coming out chasing us outside.
Hmm.
So if you think you fighting just a straight one, just a straight you know one on one, that's not happening. Like next to like you fighting one and you get the upper hand. Next to you got 4 or 5 people coming out. Then you got to try to fight all 4 or 5 people. You got to get the fuck up out of there.
Hell yeah.
So
I
it's one of those things. Like one thing I will say about the Central American community is that it's very tight knit, and everybody got each other's back.
hmm
Like there was no like inner squabbles. Like they would like it's crazy because they'd be in the bathroom. It'd be like 10 of them, and they'd be in a circle, and they'd be like, "Yo, you and you fight," and they would sit there and they would thump it up and then dab each other up after. And I remember asking my boy, I'm like, "Yo, why y'all always thumping?" He's like, "Yo, so when it's time to thump, we're ready to go." So we get our hands right. I'm like, all right,
like
yeah,
soldiers,
like
huh?
yo, like soldiers. We had this one kid came straight from Mexico. He was in 6th grade, knocking out eighth, ninth graders. He was like 5'3", knocking out fucking eighth and ninth graders. That shit was crazy.
Beastie little guy, huh?
Yo, he's like fucking Pitbull Cruz, yo.
Pitbull Cruz. What did
Yeah,
Mac say? I
fucking.
think Mac actually stays out in West LA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's saying, what is he saying? He's not like that no more unless you're on the east side. Okay, yeah, that's true. Because the west side is more like, gentrified. Um,
Yo, but
rockabillys. Yeah, like rockabillys, Mac, something like that.
what the hell happened to LA? Because I know San Francisco is bad. Like I know San Francisco is a shithole. But
Hmm.
what happened to, like, as far as LA, as far as like the homelessness encampments, and it's like you can't go nowhere in LA now.
Mm, yeah, there's still Skid Row. That's like homeless district right there. They call it Skid Row, and
Yeah.
it's just a bunch of like tents, people that are homeless, and it's a mix of like ex-military. people that just like lost it, bro. Like just not even like into drugs. Like they're like depressed people that anxiety, and you got your drug abusers as well. It's just crazy, man. You have to like roll up your windows whenever you pass by right there.
It's pretty interesting because Max said don't believe the hype. It's like day to day. It's kind of like that in New York City when it because New York City is kind of crazy right now. Because you got people getting pushed onto the subway, people getting stabbed up every day. Those little weed shops they're getting robbed pretty much 3 4 times a week because those weed shops they all have cash in them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're running up in there and just taking like. But the thing is like they'll sit there and it's super organized because they'll be like, all right, well, I know on these days, mad people been in there. Let's go at this time. We know they got cash. Let's go and get the safe, and they out.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy because it's literally like the Wild Wild West out here with like bank robbers and honestly, if I was the mayor of New York City, the first thing I would outlaw is ski mask. Or honestly, any type of facial cover because COVID is done. It's not done, but in the same sense, it's not as bad as it used to be. So there's no reason for a 17-year-old kid, to be rocking a ski mask unless he's up to no good.
Exactly.
So
But like you said, unfortunately because of COVID, it kind of became part of like your outfit now. Or for
yeah.
some people, they just wear it, and sometimes you can't tell if they're up to no good. But sucks.
Hmm. But back to cigars. So what was your first experience with cigars, Hugo?
Probably the the typical. I fucking inhaled a big ass uh draw, bro, and I turned green, purple, and red, and I was like, "What the hell is this?"
Hmm.
And it stopped for a while, and then I was like, "Mama didn't raise no wimp,
No
you
bitch.
know."
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then I tried it again. And I was like, "Oh, okay, all right, I get it now."
You know
And
it.
probably because I when I was early 20s, I used to smoke cigarettes.
Yep.
So force of habit, inhaling the smoke, or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Apparently, the one of the guys from Asylum, he inhales his cigars.
Hmm?
Like, yeah, like he has a deep ass voice. He's a big dude, and apparently he inhales his cigars.
I haven't heard I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, so I remember seeing him. And this is when I first got into cigars. Back in the day, and I used to watch any cigar content like from Cigars International had an event, and I would just watch people who would do recordings there. And the guy asked me, and he was like, "You still inhale your cigars?" He was like, "Hell yeah!" And I'm gonna keep inhaling my cigars and keep making big ring gauge cigars. I was like, "All right, homie, do your thing." Like, damn, I gotta respect that.
No wonder most of the silent cigars are like, almost 60 gauge and whatnot, right?
Yeah, so it's pretty fun. I actually had a Asylum, but it was the Ogre, but it was in a Toro size, so it was a 6x50, and
Hmm.
it was actually pretty good.
I think I've only had one Asylum, some Corojo one with the big ass red band on it.
Yeah,
Like, what the hell?
like see like I actually like CLE cigars a lot.
CLE?
Yeah, actually like the stuff they put out. Actually enjoy.
Okay. I've been wanting to try CLE. That's from Iora, right?
Yes, yeah, from Aurora Cigars. So if you know the original owners of Camacho was the Aurora family before they sold it to Davidoff.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
So so most people that smoked back in the day, they would go and say like, oh well, Camacho was so much better.
Mm,
because the Aurora family was making them.
hmm. Yeah, Camachos don't really attract my attention, bro. I haven't.
It's a great introductory cigar. If you're a beginner, it's a good go to. Like a lot like Perdomo makes a lot of good entry level cigars. You know, and I say that because it's not gonna be like so many different flavor changes where you're like, oh wow, like I'm picking up this, not picking up that. It's like straight through the whole way, you know, like you don't have to sit and really think and ponder on that cigar. What you get from the beginning is what you're gonna get from the end.
That's true. They're pretty much one dimensional, right?
Exactly. Which isn't a bad thing, but
Mm,
it's a good way to really start smoking cigars and start understanding cigars, and then from there you can really start advancing and getting into, some people get into stronger stuff, because it's one of those things where, like, if somebody was first starting off with cigars, I wouldn't give them, like I wouldn't give them a crown head, um pâtissier. Well, the pastry, we call it the pastry because in French it means the pastry. So
pastry chef.
yeah, so I wouldn't give that to them right there because, at that moment they won't be able to appreciate it. You know,
Right.
they'll smoke it,
Uh-huh.
they'll enjoy it, but it's that it's a process.
Yeah.
Because after a while your palate starts to grow, and you're like, oh shit, like it kind of just clicks for you. Because you'll be smoking like, oh shit, okay, now I'm retrohaling now. Oh, okay, now I know what they mean when they say you're picking up these notes right here.
Yeah.
So
And I and I,
that's
and I think that's what Nick Perdomo's intention is, right? To have like consistency throughout every
uh
experience.
it know what I would like. If you talk to anybody in the cigar industry, they say that Perdomo has one of the best cigar systems as far as the way the factory works, um like the way they grow the way they grow their tobacco. Like everything it's really really good. It's one of the best, one of the top notch. It's just that it's very safe. Like that, and that's how I just feel like Perdomo is very safe, and they won't go out and experiment and see, like, okay, you know what, like let's do this and see how people react to it.
That's true.
Come out with something different.
Yeah, because I haven't
You
seen
know,
like special releases or annual releases from Perdomo. Do they have any? Like I am not really knowledgeable on that.
no,
I just know that they keep on
no,
progressing with the 10th, 20th, now the 30th
yeah,
year.
that's it, yeah. And honestly, like their 30th was actually, especially the Connecticut, was probably the biggest surprise for me because that one was actually really really good. I actually enjoyed that one a lot. The 30-year Perdomo,
What rapper? Shit.
the Connecticut.
Okay, I haven't had any 30 yet, but
Really?
yeah,
All
I
right.
need to try them.
Yeah, I'm at to see if I can make that happen for you. You know, like like the only one I didn't like was the sun grown because to me the sun grown reminds me of the 10 year. So to me, there's no difference between the 30 and the 10
Mm,
when it comes to Perdomo. But I'm having this champagne noir for the first time, and it's actually pretty fucking good.
okay.
And I don't believe they make this one no more.
And how'd you get that one?
I was down in South Jersey at an event with Sanj at an event down in South Jersey, and one of my guys, Jamil, he seen them, and he was like, "Oh, I haven't seen these in years." So he was like, he said that this was one of his go-to cigars. So he picked up a couple, and he was asking me. He was like, "Yo, have you smoked this one?" I was like, "No," and he was like, "Yo, try it." He's like, "Yo, smoke this one day. Let me know what you think." And so,
Mhm.
I'm trying it now, and I'm actually enjoying it. So,
Damn, that's cool, bro. I mean,
yeah. So Mac asked a question about what's your favorite cigar, Hugo?
mm, so far right now, I would say it's the Master Blends 3 because
By Oliva.
yeah, by Oliva.
Oh,
Um,
love that cigar. Love that cigar.
like anytime I want, like, oh, I know what I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
I smoke that cigar. Obviously, like I've only been smoking for 4 years, and I'm still exploring. I try anything and everything except for Camacho.
Mhm.
Not like I said, Camacho doesn't toot my horn.
Like,
It just doesn't really call my attention. But a lot of these guys have been sharing cigars with me, like left and right, bro. And
yeah,
it's like, damn, bro, it's crazy, and I'm so grateful for it. And I'm just trying different things. I'm starting to like more boutique labels now.
yeah,
I don't have a favorite one yet because yeah, I have the cigars, but I just haven't experienced them yet. Like I've had some Barton, I've had some Caldwells, but there's still more stuff for me to try, and then I can. So at the end of the day, I want to have like a legacy favorite, and then I'll have like a boutique favorite, or and then I like a high end favorite, right? Like your opuses or whatnot.
oh man, Texas Cigar, he's calling you out, man. He says you're a legacy guy.
Yeah, I did. I started off, with all these, legacy brands. Maybe a lot of us do. I don't know.
Hmm. Well, like because you don't know no better, and also, like I'm lucky enough to be around Sancho all the time. I'm lucky enough that he'll go, well, this brand is gonna be like this brand's gonna be like that. So he gives a lot of insight, especially on the industry side.
Yeah,
So he's very so like just talking to him all the time and and hearing his take on certain cigars, and it kind of helps me understand like where the legacies go wrong and why boutiques are so good.
I can see
Because
that.
it's one of those it's one of those things where you know like like uh like Padron, that like the 1964 or the 1928.
Mm,
Those cigars been out forever. You
yeah.
know, honestly, like I would have to say maybe even before 2010.
Oh wow. Oh yeah,
So
like 2008, right? Something like
yeah, so think about that. Like that's the same cigar, and of course, the tobacco is different just because you're never going to be able to grow the same crop, but the blend is the
that.
same.
Yeah. Hmm.
So that same cigar you're smoking from 2000 and no 2008. There's no changes to it. And I feel and boutique brands they to at least I feel like they experiment more. You know, they're willing to jump out and try something new because you really have to catch the the customer's attention, and
Yeah. Exactly.
especially off the first third. B's in the
That's true.
house, and
Oh, bro,
when B's in the house.
shout out to B.
No, first of all, when B's on, you gotta say 914 is in the motherfucking house all day, man.
Is that New York?
914 in the house. Yeah. So B actually lives in the town the next town that I grew up from. So I grew up in New Rochelle. B grew up in Mount Vernon. My mom actually lives in Mount Vernon right now. So anytime that I go see my mom, I'm over in B's hood.
Yo, B just sent me a sick ass bomb, bro. Like we were talking with Rob and them, I think behind the scenes
Yeah,
on the last on
yeah.
live number two,
Uh huh.
and we're talking about the pepper cream and
Hmm.
the other one that sold out real quick. And he's like, "Hey, dude, he bought like a pack, whatever." And then he's like, "I'll
Yeah.
shoot you some." And I was like, "Oh, dude, I appreciate that, bro." He sent me some stuff that's like the yellow, the cello is like orange, bro. And I'm like, he sent me like the first releases of the Malparidos or some of
Oh
those.
yeah, the Mel Pridas. The Mel Pridas is fire. Mel Pridas is
The first releases, dude, and he sent me like a Jamaican one
yeah,
and all these crazy steaks. Like I guess he subscribes to Privada or used to. I don't know
yeah.
if he still does. And then I didn't even know that Smoking had their own fucking blend. Smoking,
Mm,
the one Smoking.
yeah.
Um, and I was like, dude, I just asked for two pepper creams. He sent me like these whole fucking things, bro. And I'm like,
Yo, B, yo, I'm at to run by your house, B, man. Like I'm gonna hop off that train station at over on Malvern and East, man. I'm at to run up on you one day.
how far is that? How far is that from you? How far does he live from you?
So like driving without traffic, it's 40 minutes from Newark to Mount Vernon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not too far. So I'm not too far from home.
So it's like from
Like,
here to Enzo's house for me. What
yeah,
up, Enzo? Enzo's in the mix
uh huh.
in the chat. My boy Enzo.
You know the o- the only thing that's frustrating. So I can't see my Facebook comments or my Twitter comments. It's like the weirdest thing.
Why?
So I don't know. It just doesn't show. It's the weirdest thing. But yeah, man. You know, so Texas wants to know if you're drinking a compada.
No, he's saying, what are you drinking, compa? Compa means like brother or bro.
Ah, okay,
It's short
okay,
for compadre.
okay,
Because
okay. All right.
when Frank and I started talking, like he's a Texas guy, yeah,
Yeah.
big Texas guy, macho guy, and he's like, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you're my compadre, because when
Yeah.
Texas or all the northern states of Mexico, they're kind of like the same culture because the borders right there.
Yeah.
And like you're my compadre. I'm gonna baptize your firstborn. That's what I
Oh
said.
shit.
Yeah. So this here is a mezcalito. So mezcal with some sweet and sour and lime juice.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, so you say you've been smoking for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So how's the journey been before? So before you started the YouTube channel, like how many cigars were you smoking a day before that?
So I wasn't smoking. I was smoking like it was like weekly thing. To be honest with you, it was like
Mm,
one a week or every 2 weeks. It was like very light. Because some of my close friends over here smoke. And my brother-in-law,
mm,
actually, he's pretty big into cigars. My little sister's husband. He's kind of been a
yeah,
big influence on this whole journey too, because um, he kind of introduced me into some of his favorite cigars as well. Um,
yeah,
so yeah, no, it was very behind the scenes. Um, just here and there, because I don't know. I just did. I didn't have the the friendships that I've built now.
yeah.
The brotherhood.
And that's one thing too, man. Is and cigars build an amazing brotherhood because it's one of those things where no matter where you are, no matter where you come from in life, a cigar is a great bonding point because at that moment nobody cares what you do. You know,
Yeah,
like you could be a doctor, and when you're having a cigar, it's like, all right, well, you're a doctor. I work construction. At the end of the day, like we're boys. Job titles don't matter. It's a great equalizer.
it's awesome, bro. And it's crazy because I've been to some gatherings where, like, me now that I'm, more out there in the cigar scene, I'm always carrying, my travel humidor,
Yeah.
my little hard case, and if it's outdoors, I always, if it's like a private party, like I always ask the host, like, hey, is it cool if I light up a cigar, man? Like, I'm just
Uh-huh.
gonna chill here in the back. He's like, hey, man, do it at your table. I like cigars too, and it's like, what?
Uh-huh.
It's like you bring up the if you bring up the topic, like all of a sudden, like all these people are like cigar, smokers, and
It's
I'm like,
no
oh, that
it's pretty interesting because I've bumped like I got a few people at my job that smoke cigars. But like it's funny because like they know they're like yeah I smoke cigars, but you smoke cigars because they know I have like 2 to 4 cigars a day. So I'm never taking my black ass back to Cali, man. I cannot lie to you. You know, like I used to have to go to San Francisco, man, and
you want to go?
I'm
You want to go to
like
San Francisco?
no, I used to have to go to I used to have to go to San Francisco a lot. And man, when I tell you, I hated it out there. Hated San Fran. Like it was hills every fucking where. Like Oakland was cool. Like going through Oakland was cool. But San Fran I can't do it. I've never been to LA. So maybe I might do LA. We'll see.
So
You
Enzo's
know,
kind of like being funny because he said West Hollywood, so that's where all the LGBTQ plus minus times people are.
damn Enzo, it seemed like you enjoy spending your time out there, brother. You know, like
Santa
like, like
Monica Boulevard back.
damn, it's
Yes,
funny
bro.
because like y'all know all these spots. Y'all must hang out there a lot. Listen, like just because
Everybody
you
knows about those places.
just because you fit in there don't mean I fit in there. You know. Oh, I got to say what's up to my boy Danny Nippers, man. Danny, what's going on, brother? I haven't spoken to Danny in a little bit, man. Danny's good people, but like just go. It's crazy because I remember I used to always hear like back at this, and this is before me and Rob got really cool. You know, like I used to always hear about. I'm like, yo, Rob, he does YouTube. I'm like, nah, because Rob will always get there and leave before I'm there. And one day, I think it was like on a Saturday, Rob was there, and I bumped into him. Like, yo, I'm like, oh, you do the YouTube? He's like, yeah, and I'm like, yo, review this. He was like, yo, good looking, and we dapped it up, spoke for like 10-15 minutes, then he left. I bumped into Rob again maybe 2 months later, and he was chilling. He was chilling in front of the shop, and then we started discussing music.
Mm.
And then it became like when he was there, it was always us talking. We would talk cigars and music, and that's where kind of the melting pot really came, with me and Rob's like relationship. So
Okay.
and then like because I actually had my boys back. He was like, "Yo, you go to Sanjis?" He was like, "Do you know Rob? This guy Rob? He goes by Insomniac." I'm like, "No, I never heard of him." And he showed me the video. I'm like, "Yo, that's fucking Sanjis."
Mm.
And then I was like, yo, Rob. I'm like, Sandro, who's this guy, Rob? He's like, oh, he's been coming here for 20 years. He was like, don't worry. When one day when he comes, I'll introduce you to him. Because the original plan was I wanted to have him I wanted to have him on my podcast. That's back when I was doing Sticks and Fire cigars.
Okay.
So that's when I was doing the podcast with Rick back in the day. So I was trying to get him on just to talk to him just about his cigar experiences.
Oh,
You
for
know,
sure.
you know, yeah, but you've been through like so many cigars so far because you didn't do a top 10 last year, right?
Mm. No, because I started posting content November, so it was like just 2 months. Like it's kind of I didn't see it
So
beneficial.
so from the November to now, like what in your opinion, what's the top five cigars you smoke from November to now, if you could think of them?
The top five.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I got this one LFD cabinet number five from Peter. It's a broadleaf. It's
Okay.
a no band fucking cigar, dude. It comes in a fucking either a bundle or a fucking crate. Dude, that cigar is
Mm.
money. I was like, damn, bro, that cigar is like money, money. I like that one. Because it's budget friendly too. It's I think it comes down to like around $9 or $10, maybe 11, depending on what size bundle you get. So that one
Mm-hmm.
was good. I love the El Séptimo, the Sacred Arts, the purple band. Shit, what is it called? What the fuck was it called? I don't remember what's called, but I like that one. Um, what else did I like? No, the 15 Minutes of Fame, the Lancero.
Okay, that was good.
Like that one.
I enjoyed
And
that
then
one.
I recently tried the RS 88 Cameroon Lancero. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god, bro! I don't know. That cigar has something, dude. Like that. It's just like wow. And
Mm-hmm.
I smoked two of them. Son sent me three. I smoked two of them, and it's been the same fucking stick. Like
No, but
I'm
you
after
but
the
you got him in the Toro size too, right?
mm, mm-mm.
Just in the Lancero. Okay.
No,
So
just
for
just
me,
in the Lancero, dude. Yeah.
okay. So for me, I love the Cameroon in the Toro size.
Oh,
That's my go-to.
okay.
I can smoke that every day with no problem. To me, like that cigar, like every day, all day. I can have like four in a row and not complain at all. But pretty much like I pretty much have a red every day or every other day. Like the red Robusto, I've destroyed those.
Hmm.
You know, have you smoked the red yet?
I smoked a red. Yeah, I actually smoked the Lancero yesterday.
Nice.
On with Rob, and I smoked. I had bought a pack of the are they Toros 6 by
What?
50?
Yeah. Like it's so weird for me because I like the Lancero, but the Robusto does it for me because I feel like it gets right to the point.
Mm,
You know,
okay,
like the Toro is good, but like that Robusto size is something about it that just hit different. You
nice.
know, that like that's when I can go to all day. So I'm trying to think if you said five.
I think I said four.
Yeah, four. So you got one more.
So let's see another one that's kind of um um
That that's right, Mike. That damn Cameroon Toro is no joke.
Do you not? You made me think now. If I have one, I want to kind of look through. I know you sent me industry killer toros,
Yeah, yeah.
Maduro and
Habano.
Habano. Oh, you pack?
Yeah,
Did you pack that for me or what?
maybe.
Is that way it took like 3 months to get over here?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was there when I was there packing them.
Nice. Michael, send me over the what do you call it? The La Vereda, Michael Prisdale,
Mm,
because I
okay.
because he did like a giveaway with JR Cigars back in December,
Mm,
and I entered. And dude, I had for it's funny how it works. They're like, for me, it's like I entered the giveaway, and I
yeah.
forgot about it. And then when he went live to announce the winner, and I got the notification. I tuned in like a little bit late, and I guess as soon as I had tuned in, he had announced the winner, which was me.
Nice, nice.
So then I got like all this
Can't beat
swag
that.
from yeah, I got all this swag from JR Cigars, like rock glasses and like a bunch
Uh,
of uh ashtrays. And then he said, "Hey, I'm gonna throw in some sticks. That's gonna be like from me, you know." Um. So
oh,
yeah.
hey, wait,
So
whoa, hey, 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 hold on, 1 second, Mike. You're wilding right now. The Lavaretta is fire. You're wilding right now.
so
You know
okay.
what?
So
It has to be a Minnesota thing with these with Matt and you know with Matt and Mike. It has to be a Minnesota thing with those two guys with the because the Lavaretta is fire.
for me, dude, I'm not gonna say it's a bad cigar, but for at least for my palate, it didn't put out a lot of flavor. Like even from the start, I got like just minerality. It was like if I was drinking like a soda water, like
Mhm.
carbonated water
Yeah.
for the first half, and then it started
Mm.
to pick up a little bit, and it grew to like, let's say, like a 4 out of 10 in flavor. So I don't know if you got the same uh experience, or if maybe
Uh,
the cigar I got was, I don't know, but it wasn't like, oh, this cigar tastes nasty. It just didn't put out a lot for me, at least. But maybe I need to smoke a couple more. I don't know.
mhm. Mhm. Smoke a couple more. Um. But here's the thing. It's like what cigars are really worth that 25 price point. It's very very few. It's very few cigars, and at least in my opinion, that are worth being $20 or more. And the frustrating thing about that is that it's not only just that $20. Like you got to think like this. Like it's it's 18 like 1850 plus tax. So
Hmm.
from then you're paying maybe 22 $23 for that cigar. You're paying an extra $5 for it. So it's kind of it's one of those things where it's like, all right, well, if I'm paying this much for the cigar better knock my socks off.
But then again, what if you like that profile? Then you're gonna pay $20 for it, right? Because you liked
Of
it.
course, of course. Well, like it's like for me, like like do I like Davidoff? Yes, but is it something that like would I go and buy a signature? It's that's a $18 Connecticut when I can get better Connecticut. I can get other Connecticut's that are you know 10, 12. Sanj has this for 7.
Hmm.
It's one of those things for me. Like even the Triple G, the Guns Girls Gold, the Lancero from Caldwell, that one right there is 1240, and a fucking fire Connecticut.
Okay.
So it for me, it like that cigar has to be super fire because if I end up paying more than 17 $18 for a cigar and it's not good, it's like it's bullshit. But honestly, that happens a lot because
Yeah.
like I wasn't a fan of the Black Honey.
Mm,
That cigar MSRP is $22.
yeah. I bought a box of those.
Really?
Blindfold, blindfolded, bro. I just Black Honey came out.
Oh
Get a box.
no, no, fuck. How you like him, Hugo?
So again, you hear all these mixed reviews on them. Tight draw, blah 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 blah. So for me, the draw was okay. It did tighten up a little
Mm-hmm.
bit at the end. But the I think for my palate, the flavor profile was okay. It was okay for me. I
Yeah.
only smoked one. I have them. They're resting, and I'll pick one up. You know, maybe soon because I think I picked them up like what? When did they come out? Like 6, 8 months ago.
About six. Well, we got him like 6 months ago.
Mm. So I
Honestly, and the other thing about that is just it's a small cigar.
Yeah.
So like I'm paying 22 dollars for like for a well, I believe it's like a 5 by 42.
Something like
Like
that.
it's a super small cigar,
Hmm.
and I'm like, all right, like I'm like for me it's not worth the price point
Like they say, different smokes for different folks.
all the time, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Hugo. So back to just all right. So now we know you grew up in East LA, and then you moved out to the suburbs. So what did you do after high school? Like what was like your first job, first things you got into?
After high school, I started doing like clerical work.
Mm,
Back, so I graduated in '99. Around that time, over here in LA, the uh, the job market was hot, bro. Like you can get a job like the same day.
wow.
There was like temp agencies, like they had jobs galore, bro. You just go in there and they'll put you in uh, countrywide home loans, Bank of America, doing customer service. Yeah, it was insane. So right off the bat, like I went in and I did. I went into the workforce pretty much.
Mm.
Hmm.
So from those jobs, how'd you end up at the job you're at now? What you're doing?
Um, so I was just like in and out of jobs. Being young, got married. Had a kid, and well, actually, I started college a while back. I was going
Okay.
to community college after work.
Yeah.
Um, and then then I was almost, pretty much done with my associates, and I was talking to like a counselor, and I had been tested for, ran this test for, uh, progress or whatever. I forget what they call it.
Mhm.
So then my counselor called me in and is like, "Hey, so that test you took, you tested really high in math and science." And I'm like, "Okay." And then they're like, "Well, what do you plan on doing after you finish here?" It's like, get a job. They're like, "Well, you're gonna have an associate's. I mean, you can get a job, but it's better if you get a bachelor's." And I was like,
Mm.
"Okay, cool." So then I said, "All right, well, what are my options?" He's like, "Well, you have like these two universities that are local." And like, you can either go be a scientist or be like some type of engineer. And I was thinking like a scientist, dude. Like my in my head, I'm like a scientist is like a old man with gray hair and like fucking
Yeah.
uh,
Exactly. Like Albert Einstein.
yeah, bro. Like Doc from Back to the Future, with the white
Mm-hmm.
lab. But I'm like, what the hell am I gonna
Exactly.
do, bro? Like, I'm like, what does an engineer do? And they're like, well, they
Mm-hmm.
could do like a broad spectrum of things, like from this to that. I'm like, oh, that sounds more cool. So then
Mm-hmm.
whatever, shot the application. At the time that major was impacted means that there was limited openings for the amount of people coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So I got in, and I was like, what? I got the acceptance letter and everything. So then I started my career to become an engineer in 2009. Um, then a year later, no, 2 years later, my little girl was born. And I was still going to college, and I graduated with a bachelor's. Got divorced and
Mm.
did the whole co-parenting thing. Then, as soon as I graduated, I was fortunate enough because then the econ the that's in 2013. That was when the economy was kind of messed up, as you
Yeah.
remember. And I was
Mm-hmm.
fortunate enough to I had some connects with this um, this consultant firm. My buddy from college was a drafter there, and
Yeah.
then he reached out and because of another friend, he's like, "Hey, dude, like I could get you an interview right here," and I'm like, "Oh, that'll be sweet, dude." So he got me the interview. I got the job. Uh, I wasn't uh, well. I was working, and then I found out that they pay for half of the upper education degree, like your master's degree.
Yeah.
So I was working for like what 2 years, year and a half, and I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm gonna get my master's. Just why? Because I just want to set the bar for my
Exactly.
for my family.
Yeah.
Like, and
Exactly.
so to this day, the bar is right here. So they people have to go higher than me.
Well, that
So
well, that's what you want. Like
mhm,
you want to set a legacy where your kids are like, all right, well, my dad did this, so I got to do like you always want your kids to do better than you. And
exactly,
and
bro.
that doesn't always mean that they have to go up and get it educationally. If they can find a job and they're making really good money
Yeah,
and the ends are meeting and they're staying out of trouble, as a dad, that's all you can ask for.
that's right.
Like they're not dealing with no crazy chick that will go up and destroy their life or anything like that. Listen, I got two sons, so that's what I got to worry about. So you got to worry about them staying on the swivel, being able to get a good job, be a provider, save your money, and
That's
and
right.
and take your business.
But
So
academically speaking, I would want them to be at least there, and not even
yeah,
not only my kids, but my nieces and nephews too. I would
nephew.
love it for
Mm-hmm.
them. If they're academic, I would love them to be there.
Yep,
Like you said,
exactly,
some people have this for business or for other things,
exactly.
and I respect that, and I respect you know anybody else that's smart for whatever they're good at. I'm not a fucking I don't look down on a person that doesn't have a degree. I don't, because most
Yeah,
people look at me and they don't even think I have a degree.
yeah.
They have no idea, dude. Like, because I don't dress like this when I go to work. Obviously,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm always in my jeans and a t-shirt, bro. It's
yeah.
like
Right. That's the thing. Like you want to lay the groundwork. Like when when my son was like he's 17 now, and when he was around 13, 14, I started planting that seed in his head. I go, well, if you don't want to go to college, you can go and take the fire department test. He was like, why? I go, because they make a great living. If you do that, you score high on the test, you get in, you're set. You know, and if you don't want to do that, be a police officer. So now his mindset is, like if I go to the military, they'll pay for my college.
Right.
So now his thing is, but he wanted to go to Marines or Army, and now I kind of have to kind of try to work magic to get him to think more Navy, Air Force.
Okay. Yeah. I see where you're going with this. Yep. I
You know,
agree.
so it's kind of
100%, bro.
like planting those seeds. Because I want to keep him for as far away from the fighting as possible,
Mm-hmm.
and also too, like it's with those kind of jobs, you can transition from there into something good. It's a lot of ex-military, that people that went to the military, and they leave after their after their 4, 6 years, and they're starting at zero.
Yeah.
You
Unfortunately.
know, you know, and you know, you want to, like, I want my son to be able to, if he goes, he gets a job, so once he leaves, he can transition.
Mm-hmm.
You can go, you can transition into whatever that was when you get into the real world, just like that. So that's just my plans for the older one. The younger one is probably, it's the same game plan. You know, like if you want to go academic, and you're striving in that, go for it. If the office life is for you, go for it. You know, it's one of those things where you can only, like, it's very hard to lead your kids nowadays because they have so many other influences.
Yeah,
But
bro.
but when they respect you, they'll at least look into it. They'll at least look into it. So that right there to me is the biggest thing when it comes to, with that, and with family in general. Like I got little cousins that they're not doing nothing with themselves. I'm like, yo, you can all, until you find out who you want to be. The army's there for you. You have a paycheck. You know, you don't have, that doesn't mean you have to go overseas, go to war. You make sure you go, you study hard for that test, and you look at the jobs that they offer you. If you don't like what they offer you, then don't do it. But at least if you go, at least they're paying for your schools. You can always do the Army Reserves. You can always do the Army Reserves, and they still will go and pay for your schooling. So you have to kind of, let them know, like, there's options. Like, not everybody's gonna be a rapper. Not everybody's gonna be an NBA player. Not everybody is gonna be seeing these Instagram jobs.
TikTok.
Exactly. Like I do this because I love it. Like, I don't care about making money off of this. That's not my goal at all. My goal is to have amazing conversations.
Hell yeah.
You know, they have amazing conversations to get the person that I'm talking to get to know them better. So most of the time, especially when you're dealing with, I haven't had a lot of brand owners on, but when I have the brand owners on, you're meeting them for the first time, and the one thing that I want them to feel like, this is more of a friendship than you pushing your brand, because
Yeah.
because everybody knows about your brand already. I want people to get to know you as a person.
That's cool, bro. That's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
mentality to have.
yeah. So going to you as a person. So, like, you got brothers and sisters. You say you got nieces and nephews. So how many brothers and sisters you got?
So I'm the oldest of four.
Okay,
Got two sisters and a brother. And then I have a
okay.
niece and a nephew. From my sisters only. One and one.
Well, I would say that's pretty small for a Mexican family.
We are a pretty small Mexican family, dude. We are. And
you know.
no, and this is one thing that I talk to, because now I live with my girlfriend. We live together, and then I co-parent
Yeah.
my 13-year-old daughter.
Mhm.
So then, I when I grew up with uh, we would hang out a lot with my mom's sisters, and
Yeah.
she had 7 kids, bro. Like she's the typical Mexican family, you know.
Yo, Hugo, what's the one joke I always tell you?
Hmm.
What's the one joke I always tell you, Hugo?
About the baby mamas.
Uh-huh. I go, yeah. A black man would have seven kids with seven different women. A Mexican man would have seven kids by one woman.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
so it's like we'll go and populate, but we just populate in different ways. But it creates that family structure.
Mm. Yeah, so now like during the holidays, like if we don't go out and hang out with like my sisters or like
Yeah,
my girls family, like we're
yeah,
like my family's three. There's only 3 of us, you know.
yeah,
And it. I would like for have all these people over, and I miss that. I miss that
yeah,
atmosphere, because
yeah.
I just grew up in that type of atmosphere,
For sure, yeah.
and it's crazy, bro. But nowadays,
So
there's
like, so do your sisters live? Do they live close?
yeah, they live close by.
Okay, and the one like I grew up with all my cousins. You know, like my sons when they come up during the summer, the first thing they ask is when we going upstate to see our cousins.
Mm,
Because you want that bond because at the end of the day it's like, all right, yeah, that's my brother, but you have a cousin that's the same age as you. Like you can do stuff with him that you can't do with your brother. Everybody has that favorite cousin that like the party don't start until he get there.
that's right.
Because you guys getting into some kind of trouble, some type of mischief. And the moms know what the dad knows is like, oh, those two knuckleheads are together. Just keep an eye on them because they're gonna end up doing something.
Oh yeah, bro. There's always one or two.
But I grew up very close to my mom and my dad's side of the family. So the boys are very close, and the girl, of course, the girls are very close. So, but like the boys on my dad's side, it's two of my cousins on my dad that I'm super close with. But at the same time, we were all in the same age group, so we will always be together. And the kids are like, and for the mom, they're like, oh, what? Oh, one's gonna be over there. All right, I'm dropping this knucklehead off too. And then my aunt or my dad's cousin got to deal with three boys in one house and
Yeah,
have to deal with the wrestling. Deal with the wrestling, fighting over video games. Stuff like that. So it's it's so crazy because just the fact that I'm trying to find the best way to say this as far as because our cultures are so they're different but they're the same at the same time.
yeah.
Because when there's a cookout going on, everybody shows up to the cookout.
Hmm.
Everybody shows up to the cookout, and you had 25 people there, you know, and they go, "Oh, well, that's your cousin." I never seen him before. They go, "Oh yeah, well, he's more like your second cousin, but I grew up with him. He's cool." And then and then you never see him again. Like that's and I'm pretty sure you got a favorite uncle. That at the cookout he's gonna get turned up. And, and, all, and all the kids and you just waiting for him. You just waiting all night. You like all right, like by 7 o'clock, we got be back because we know he can be acting a fool.
Hey, and he's
You know,
and
because
well, Mexican uncles, they pass out money, bro, when they
oh,
get drunk.
real.
Yeah. Hey, here,
That's what.
mijo. Here, mijo. $20, $20. Yeah.
Hey, listen, back in the day, that dollar went a long way, man.
Yeah.
That dollar goes a long way. Shoot, you like, yo, we out, man. We going to the store.
Hmm. My girlfriend's family is big like that, bro. Like, I think till this day, we've been dating for like 2.5 years, and I don't think I don't think I've met all her family yet.
Wow,
I've met like half, dude, and I'm like,
wow,
damn. And it's like like you said, like, well, that's my cousin, but not really my cousin, but we grew up
well,
together. But
exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
like, shit, dude.
yep. Because with black people, we always got play cousins.
Yeah, exactly.
You like you like yo because your best friend is your cousin.
Hmm.
So like when you 10 years old, all of a sudden now you guys are family. So when they have a kid, like like you go from being a cousin to being an uncle, and then it's like, oh well, I thought he was your cousin. Nah, but no, this is your uncle. But I thought you guys were cousins. Like no, like then you find out that, no, we're just best friends. That's all.
Yeah, it'd be
Because
like that.
like for my boys, like my guys I grew up with, their kids they call me uncle. You know,
Hmm.
so whenever I see them, whenever I see them, I always gotta break them off with something or spoil them somehow, some way. Like yo here, take this. You know, Oh, this is one of those things, man. So like in the cigar community, like what's one person that you want to meet and sit down and talk to? As far as a brand, like a brand owner.
As a brand owner, um, I don't see. I don't know very few. Like, I only know, like, the Steve Saka, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's Nick Perdomo Cigars.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what's foundation is Nick
Yeah,
Molina.
Nick Barolo. Yeah, yeah.
Nick Molino. Who else? Oh, who's I think is pretty cool. The guy that rebranded Ferio Tego,
Okay, yeah.
Michael.
Michael Hershots.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
think he's a pretty interesting character. Um, so like, he's kind of like one of the top guys that I would want to talk to.
yeah. Like it's a few people that I've met, like just being in the shop, they would come through. But it's two different things. Like when you're in the shop and doing a podcast, because when you're in the shop, you can't interview them there. So like when you're in the shop, it's mostly we just want to you're mainly bullshitting and they're mostly there, talking to Sanj, and I'm just sitting there kind of just being a fly on the wall for the most part. Like those right there to me are some of the best. Those to me are like the best times for me
Hmm.
because I really get to see like the inside of the industry. Because I sit there and I'm able to observe a lot of things. You know, like the only like so, but like I remember the last person that came in was Caldwell, and this is probably 2 months before he sold. So he was there, but Sans wasn't there. So I was the only one at the shop.
Okay.
So it was me, Robert, and Miguel, and a few other people. And he was just chilling. Like he was chilling, telling us stories about fucking shit that stuff that he does for like the staff, like to get like for all of his reps, like he'll fly all his reps in, and they'll try to do like bonding events.
Oh, that's cool, bro.
Yeah, so he got some pretty funny stories. And he loves New York City because he loves New York street food.
New York street food,
Yeah, brother.
like what hot dogs, hamburgers. What
Nah,
I've never been
nah,
to
man.
New York yet.
Oh, man. When you come, don't worry about it. I'm gonna take you to all the spots. But they got
Mm,
so they got like the halal trucks where they serve the halal food.
okay.
But so here's the interesting thing about that. Some of them by the region where they're from is how they'll cook it. So if you go to this is one guy that's on 45th. There's one guy that's on 45th and Fifth Ave and 6th Avenue, and his food is fire. But he makes his stuff with like onions and peppers, and then you go down the block to somebody who's like from Afghanistan, and they'll just make the regular chicken and rice with lettuce. And then you go down the block to a guy that's from India, and when he makes his, he'll make like a honey glazed chicken, and his comes with like an egg.
Mm.
So it's different styles, but you kind of have to explore all of them to really like no, all right, like no, this spot is official, and then you're like, nah, that spot is trash.
So when you say halal food, is it Mediterranean or Indian?
No, it's more like Middle Eastern.
Oh, okay, Middle Eastern.
Yeah,
Okay. So when
yeah,
I think of Middle Eastern, I think like beef shawarma, uh,
they have that.
the kebabs, the pilaf, rice pilaf, the
Yep,
Greek
that's
salad.
yeah. So that's what they serve.
I dig it. I dig that stuff, bro. I
But
love the hummus and then like
yeah,
the garlic spread they have. Oh,
so that's the only thing that they don't have. So they don't have like the garlic spread, and they don't have like the rotating. Um,
yeah, the
some of
shawarma.
them do. Yeah, so some of them have like the little Sherman where they'll go and they'll slice it right there in front of you.
So
So some
that's
of
like
them have.
the al pastor for us. You know, like the tacos.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that. It reminds me of
Yo,
that, bro.
you know what? Like that's that's one thing that the two places that I want to go to and eat Mexican is like Texas and California. Like we have really good Mexican here, and you know, it's a few spots that are like really authentic Mexican, and then you have some spots that are like American style, like Mexican, where it's like you can tell
Mm.
like it don't got the flavor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a Mexican cart on 14th Street, and he don't speak no English, so you just got to point. That's it. But his food is rocking.
Oh yeah, the little hole in the wall.
Yeah, and it's not even a hole; it's a truck. He has so we don't have like food trucks. We have like food carts. So what they do is they'll go and have like a van drop off the food cart, and then they move on to the sidewalk.
Okay.
Yeah, so like because it's very hard to get because like the way that the parking is in New York City, you can't just stay in one spot the whole day. So back in the day, over on 59th Street in Columbus Circle, spots so people you would have to be there at 4 a.m. to get us to get a spot right there at Columbus Circle, because Columbus Circle is the entrance to Central Park on 59th Street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and 59th Street, like they got this one place is called yo, what's up, Rob? You know, they got this one spot called it's
What's up,
called
Rob?
it's called like dingers and dogs or something like that. But they serve waffles and German sausage. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, but they blew up. But they would have like they get into fights there over those spots because you're able to make so much money from being there because you get so much foot traffic.
Mm.
So finding a good spot in the city is like a gold mine. So it's one of those things like up on 125th Street. There's this one lady and she serves soul food out of her food truck,
Okay.
and she won like all these awards, stuff like that. But her menu is super simple. Like she serves like shrimp and grits, collard greens, mac and cheese, um, like fried chicken. But she's there and she runs out by 2 o'clock. So you have to get there at like 11. Like you get there like 11, and by 3-4 o'clock she sold out already.
What time do they start selling food?
Uh, Around like 11 for lunch, like the holla guys. Oh, oh no, we're just talking time. We just talking. You know, like Rob, if you want to come up, Rob, just let me know. I'll give you the link. You know, yo, you ever had Joe's Burgers?
Who's asking that?
Uh,
Oh,
Mac,
no, he said Moe's Burgers.
you ever had it
Moe's.
before?
No, it doesn't ring a bell. If it's on the west side, oh, Inno.
Moe's Burgers. No, I haven't had Moe's, but there's a few burger spots, man, that got some of the best burgers in the city, like Jackson Hole, like like they burgers are like this with no lettuce, no tomatoes, nothing like that. Um, another spot that like me and my boy we used to just go and just go burger hunting. So we would so we would go so we would just go on a Friday and just go to like the Upper West Side because like yeah you have like all right, Rob, stay in the car, yeah. So you know that's why you can't sleep, Rob, because you're having coffee at 9:30 at night. Yeah. So like Rob wants to know what hobbies do you do outside of cigars, Hugo?
So I kind of stopped. He's on lesson. I kind of stopped, but I used to go horseback riding a lot, especially when I first moved here.
Well,
Um,
honestly, I'm surprised you don't own a horse.
well, I don't anymore. But see, the thing is that when I moved here,
I'm
I
immune to cool.
I started my I started going to university, so
Mm,
I didn't have time for anything, bro. Because I was still working 30+ hours a week,
yeah.
plus getting my education done. So it was pretty hard, So got rid of that, and then after I never thought about purchasing one because all my friends here have horses, so I can literally go riding anytime I want.
Now, but having those horses, it has to be a heavy bill.
You know what? It's not even about the bill. It's about the money. It's about the commitment. Because are you a pet
Mm.
owner? Do you own dogs? Do you own dogs, or
Nah, nah.
have you ever owned a dog or a pet or something?
Yeah. Okay. Uh huh.
So think of a dog, but like what, 10 times bigger?
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta go feed it every day. You gotta maintain it, maintain their mane if you want it to look nice, brush it, shower it, clean the hooves. You gotta shoe it, every what 2 3 months, depending on the use. So it's a lot. It's a lot of time commitment to own a horse, bro.
Mm.
So, and as far as like financially, I think I spend more on cigars a month than I used to spend like on taking care of a horse.
Oh.
Hmm.
So like did you have just that one horse that you would just go riding with, or
Yeah.
like your neighbors?
Huh?
No, I was saying no, I was saying so like do your neighbors have multiple horses, or they mostly just have just one horse?
Everybody here just has at least one. There's very few people that have two, just because of the time commitment. Because
Mm,
it just kind of doubles. It's
mm.
crazy. And some people have it for personal gain, like they'll like especially like a mare. So they'll breed the mare and they'll sell off the foal, to make money.
Okay. Yeah. So we got another question for you, Hugo. He says, "Who's your favorite cigar reviewer channel?" Well, that's me. Why are you even playing, Rob?
And why is it should I smoke this? So when I first started, you know, in going into YouTube and searching up, I didn't even search up people. I searched up like brands.
Mm-hmm.
So it might have been at the time where Rob was like banned. So
Yeah.
I don't think his came up, and I think he was doing more Rumble, and I wasn't really into Rumble. But the first couple I found was Hound Dog and Michael. Those were the first two I
Okay.
found. Yeah.
It's so Rob was showing me some of his old stuff, and for the 1 minute reviews, like his stuff was so like I understand, like it made me understand why he had the fan base that he had, because his reviews were so different and creative. So and it was like so, and he said like those were reviews from like 7 8 years ago. Like
Oh.
like he showed me a review of the banker and him and his boy dressed up as bank robbers
Oh,
and
damn! Really?
did a whole skit of like and it did a whole skit of robbing the bank while reviewing the cigar. And I'm watching. I'm like, yo, that's fire. But it's also it's very outside of the box
Mm,
because most of the time when you watch the reviewer, they're sitting there, they're talking to you the same way I'm talking to you now is the same way they're doing when there's the same way they're doing when they're reviewing cigars. So they'll cut, boom, 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 boom. So there's nothing entertaining about it.
oh, it's straight to the point.
Straight to the point, exactly.
Okay.
Where with his videos, you got something different.
Oh, okay. Maybe like a little
Because
skit style, like a.
it was a skit style, and it was something like, damn, like, all right, so first off, all right, where's the cigar going? But now, where's the story going?
Mm,
So it's one of those things where it's like, well, this is super interesting,
yeah.
you know.
Put
So
that banker review.
you know what he should re-release it on YouTube because honestly I don't think they're gonna ding him for it because he's not putting no links in it, so they won't ding it for it. Or it's a 1 minute review, so he could put it to his IG because it was actually pretty fire. It was really fire.
Yeah. So now, to elaborate a little bit more on the cigar review thing, um,
Go for it.
I kind of I tend to stay away, especially like if I want to smoke a certain cigar. I tend to
Mm-hmm.
stay away because I don't want to be biased.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing I do now is I research the cigar itself. Like I want to know obviously the blend and some cigars are they have like a purpose to them.
Yeah.
For example, Orioles Tail, right? It was
Mm-hmm.
donated to the rehabilitation of service dogs.
Hmm.
That was
Yeah.
cool. I think the 15 minutes of fame they donated some of the proceeds to a food bank somewhere. I forget what country.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
No, it
Um,
the only thing that it the only thing that's very hard for me is like a lot of people review the Orioles tail, but if you see that review, if you see that review, you can't purchase it because it's gone already.
yeah, no, that's a one time deal.
So
Like, because yeah, because
yeah,
I
it's
even
a, it's
I
a one
put out
time deal, and and it's like damn, it's like damn that cigar seeing fire, but you can't get your hands on it.
yeah.
It and like but that's also when people do like those yearly reviews.
Hmm.
So like when people do like the Davidoff the year of the Dragon, or the Drew Estate the A, unless you're going to a Drew Estate event, you can't get it.
Oh, exclusives. Yeah,
It's very exclusive.
yeah. No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's true because you can't acquire those cigars.
Exactly. So like, would you watch it to actually like see what people think about it?
So if it's a
But it's like
cigar,
yeah,
yeah, if it's a cigar that I'm saying like, I really don't want to buy it or whatnot or try it. Like, yeah, exactly. I would want to just see like, hey, let me see what's up with the cigar. Um, and then again, as far as like budget, I I think that most of the people that watch cigar reviews, their budget is not like super exorbitant, right? Like not buying $50, $60 cigars, right? Maybe 20 and under.
mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Like, sorry, repeat that one time. Sorry, you said something
I,
about.
I think that that most of the people that see the cigar content, that search for cigar content,
Yeah,
their budget is kind of like for a cigar is like maybe like at the most 20 and under.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, mm-hmm.
And on an average, I think it would be like maybe 10, $12.
Yeah. But you know what? And the one good thing about cigar is that there's so many cigars in that price range. You know, and the one thing too is like there's 50 million cigars in that price range, and so you have unlimited content. The hardest part is getting your hands on those cigars
Yeah.
because there's so many cigars out there that that I never heard of, that you might see one day and you're like, oh shit, I never seen this one before.
Uh-huh.
And you try it out and you're like, yo, this was amazing. Like I need to save the band of this and see if I can find the cigar. It's one of those things. And when it comes to reviewing, and well, yeah, because you're out in California, everything in a brick and mortar is $20.
And honestly, our brick and mortars are not that great out here. Actually, Enzo and I found a brick and mortar the other day that they actually had some pretty good selection, and I think he would agree on that. And but still, the prices are, it's what it is.
No,
Um,
honestly, man, it's robbery for you guys, man. It's not fair. It really isn't. And at the same time, like if you buy one and you like it, you have to go online to find it, because you're not gonna go back to your B&M and
mm,
spend that same price. Like you're like, you know what, like fuck that. I'd rather go online and see if I can find a cigar. So at least I'll get it something close to MSRP, and I'm not paying that 75% tax.
yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
are you guys up to 90% now
Uh,
out in LA?
it, it's it's high. I'm not sure, like because I was like I had the small batch,
Yeah.
and small batch was So I was in the what was I the $50 tier, and I was getting billed like $90
Fuck,
because of the taxes. So I'm not sure what it's high, dude. Yeah.
that's bullshit. That's total bullshit and robbery. You know.
So I actually during the rainy season, I would like to go to this lounge
Mm.
out here. It's 20 minutes away from me. Um, and they have a decent selection of steaks, but their house blends are money, bro.
You know,
So
I would.
I,
It's funny you say that. Um, the one thing that Sanj taught me was, oh, when you go to a cigar shop, try the house blend,
hmm
because if they have a shitty house blend, they don't know shit about cigars. I wouldn't say they wouldn't know shit, but as far as their selection, like if you ask them about a cigar, they're not gonna be able to direct you in the right direction because your house blend is representing you.
yeah,
So for you to have a shitty house blend, it's like no, like I can't take your word for it.
yeah,
So when I go to new shops, especially like when I'm down in Tampa, when I'm down in Tampa, I try to sneak off and try to get to as many cigar shops as possible while I'm down there. And most of the time when I'm down there mainly going for just the house blend because their house blend is going to be something different that I can't get, that I can't get nowhere else. So like I went over to the cathedral last time I was down there in Tampa, and the first thing I did, I was like, oh, where's your house blends? And they had they had a massive selection of stuff, a lot of Fuente stuff, and I was like, no, where's your house blends? And they was like, oh, our house blends are right here. And I made sure that I grabbed at least two of each house blend, you know. But I'm pretty sure that's a Fuente place, so I'm pretty sure Fuente probably makes their own house blends there.
okay,
Yeah, because and then I went to a couple of like hole in the wall places, and nothing really nothing really blew me away. It's super interesting because I always bring up like Martinez because they're in Manhattan, so like you have to pay that 75%. Yeah, like in New York State, if you go anywhere for a cigar, 75%.
wow,
Yeah, so they're trying to pass a law to cap it at 50 cents. So the word is by the summer, hopefully they'll have it capped at 50 cents for cigars, not for cigarettes,
okay,
because they're trying to find a way to put it in a separate category.
mm,
But but when I go there, I already know I'm biting the bullet. But they're cool people and I want to support, so I'm like, you know what? Like let me just get three of these, and I already know right there that's $60. Boom. But they're cool, so they hook me up all the time. So like sometimes when I walk in, like I'll walk in real quick and I'm like, "Yo, what's going on?" He'll go grab a cigar, cut the cigar, and then be like, "Here." And I'm like, "Yo, you have to do that." He's like, "Nah, you family." So no matter when I go there, they're always taking care of me. Like I don't think I think the problem is that they try to lump cigars in. Matt says that he feels like the cigar industry is under attack. I feel like the problem is that they try to lump it in with everybody else.
mm,
So they try to go and put cigars in the same category as cigarettes, or they try to put it in the same category as vapes, it's all three of those things are three different things. Like I don't know if you ever used a vape before. Before a vape, you have to pull extra hard on a vape just to even activate it.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
haven't
so it's
used
not
it,
like
but I've seen it.
yeah. So you have to do like a super hard pull to even get that going. Where with a cigar, it's not hitting your lungs.
Hmm.
Maybe a little bit because of course you're inhaling, but it's not something where you're taking it in and you're holding it in your lungs and then releasing.
Not a straight hit.
It's a straight exactly like
It's
it's
indirect.
like it, and cigars are natural. Well, we try to say cigars are a natural product, but we all know they do stuff behind the scenes as far as for the coloring of the cigars.
Mm,
Because like if it's a natural product, there's no way that you can get a box of cigars and they're all the same color.
yeah.
So you have 1,000 cigars that look exactly the same. Not one of them is darker, not one of them is lighter. Like if I got cigars and 12 of the 20 were one color and the other seven were just a little bit off, I can understand that
Right.
because you're like, all right, yo, this is a natural product, so it's expected.
Hmm.
So it's one of those things where like for a fact that something goes on there, whether it's they leave it in a certain thing just to get a certain color from it, because there's no way that each crop is going to look exactly the same.
Do you think they do that for presentation when it's displayed at
Oh yeah,
a
of
store
course.
or? Yeah.
Like it's a perfect example. Like if you look at a league like the League of 10, like just look at how dark and how shiny that wrapper is, and each one of them is like that. So because like and you if you take them all out of the cellophane and they're all identical. Like it's pretty interesting because it's like Son showed me like if you look at Padrones, they all don't look alike. One may
Hmm.
be a hint lighter, one may be a little bit darker, but they all don't look the same. Which I found that to be very very interesting.
Yeah.
And but it's it's also like the cigar community being under attack is also I think why online sales are so big, because it's like, all right, well, how do we get people to buy less cigars? Oh, well, we'll just tax them. We'll tax them at the brick and mortars, at the cigar stores. We'll go and put on a state tax, to where if you buy it online, you don't have to worry about the state tax. No, you don't have to worry about paying that 75%, because it's right there. It's like that price, boom, you're paying their tax, and their tax may be $6-7, and then you get what you want. So this is one of those deals. Like yeah, but he could. But does your dad does your dad smoke?
Mm, I grew up with a stepdad,
Okay.
so
D-
and then
Does
so
does your stepdad smoke cigars?
so now my stepdad used to smoke cigarettes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Brothers.
no, so the closest person is the one I mentioned earlier is my brother-in-law, my little
Okay.
sister's husband. Yeah,
Okay.
he's pretty big into cigars, and then my girlfriend's brother-in-law, he likes cigars too. And now that um now that I put myself out there with all this social media cigar
Yeah.
stuff, friends like I don't think he's in the chat, but like Gabriel. which I went to school with. He was smoking cigars already, and when he saw my post, he's like, "Oh, do you like cigars?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
You know what? It's very funny because like a lot of people that I grew up with, when they see me when they see me on Facebook and they see that I have the podcast talking about cigars, like, oh, you smoke cigars? Oh, yo,
Uh-huh.
let's link up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I've linked up with people I haven't seen in 20 years since I graduated high school. You know, we link up and we'll have a cigar together. So it to me it's one of those things where it's like crazy, and sometimes it's somebody that you weren't even that close with growing up, but you knew of him, or you knew of him. You know, like you may have had friends who was cool with him, but you weren't that cool with him.
Right.
You know, and then you're like, yo, all right, yo, like when you gonna be back in town? Oh well, yo, I can come down in 2 weeks. You free? It's like, yo, I can make myself free. Next thing you know, you're sitting there and you linking up and you catching up on 20 years of like, damn, like that's what you've been up to. You know, it's pretty like it's kind of crazy because cigars are turning into a great way to reconnect with people that you grew up with, that you knew from your childhood. And I feel like those relationships are a little bit different only because they knew you when you were a kid.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, like they knew you when you was rocking that 6XL t-shirt that was way too big. You know, going around bumping Dipset all the time.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. It was listen, like when you graduated, I was a freshman in high school when you graduated. So
Okay.
so like so so like from 01 to 03 it was some wild times, man. The way we dressed, you just like one of my boys put he sent me and my boys a message in the group text, and it was us like after we graduated high school. Every single one of us had on like our pants was like a size 40,
Okay.
cuffed up, cuffed up. Like one of my boys had on a throwback jersey that was like an 8X. So it was like past his knees, like just nasty, nasty, nasty stuff, man. Like stuff you look at now, you like, yo, I would never rock that now. Like stuff you like, damn, like yo, I used to act, I was rocking I was rocking 5 6 TX shirts, like thinking I was cool.
Yeah, man. Times change and
A
people
lot,
change.
a lot. It's one of those things where it's like, because out on the West Coast, like the East and the West, like always had two different styles of two different styles of dress, two different styles of doing things. Because like we got like you remember when you guys would just had those like lowrider bikes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like we got that from you guys.
Okay.
So like lowriders wasn't popping on the East Coast. Like lowriders didn't become popping until we seen you guys doing it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's one of those things where it's like like down in Texas, like they started off with those big ass rims, and then
Oh.
everybody had to have fucking 22-inch rims. The only thing we didn't do was those crazy colors.
Mm,
We didn't go up and have like a pink like that candy paint. You know, like those candy paint cars and stuff like that. Yeah, but like Bloods and Crips was yours too. It was the same thing with like back in the day. I know you probably heard of it. Like the gang, like Brown Pride,
mm-hmm.
and like so like to make like they would be Brown Pride, and their flag was like was the brown bandana. So like all those things came from like from the west that came over to the east. But that he said I got family from there. Yeah, yeah, man. Like it was like it's crazy how the world just went because you know like perfect example like Snoop Dogg when Snoop Dogg was rocking like the perms like all of a sudden I'm seeing dudes in high school growing their hair out, straightening their hair they following like that West Coast kind of swag
Mm.
like Stacey Adams, Clark's. For us like we used to rock like Hush Puppies.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hush Puppies was like our thing. You know, uh, but it's just the way the world is because you
Yeah.
gotta remember too like y'all started gangster rap. Like gangster rap started off out west.
Easy.
Mm. Easy E, you know, which was kind of crazy because the fact that like gangster rap really went and kind of you know I wouldn't say it was dark times, but it kind of really put us to where we're at now. So, oh man, so Hugo, you're gonna be on tomorrow for the fights, right?
Oh, with you guys?
Yeah, for UFC 300.
I'm not sure, bro. I think it might be just a family night for me tomorrow. That's the thing.
All
Like,
right.
so I haven't really been on the Saturday nights because for us Latinos, Saturdays are like so busy, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the last time I just kind of like chimed in real quick to say what's up to the gang
Mm-hmm.
because I've been
Yeah.
MIA for a bit.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, yeah, dude. If it's not one thing, it's another, dude. Like, there's always like birthdays and get-togethers, and it's kind of hard to meet up on Saturdays. That's why I've been tuning in on the Thursdays with them.
So are you so do you get your daughter every weekend?
Hmm?
Mm. No, I was asking if you get your daughter pretty much every weekend.
No, like every other weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, so the weekends that I have my kid, like I really, and Saturdays, like I wouldn't even log on because I'm just spending time with her.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the times that I would go on, it was when she wasn't here.
Mm. So it's so what is she into? Does she do cheerleading, soccer, softball, I think that?
She does all of the above, bro. Yeah,
Oh shit.
she does all of the above. She's a fucking nerd, and yeah, she she's involved, which is good. I'm grateful for her mother having her in all those things, you know.
Yeah. Like my oldest son. So like so he started wrestling. He started wrestling this year. And so like growing up, I grew up wrestling.
And oh,
So
like
like
Olympic.
yeah, 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 scholastic wrestling, yeah. And so I kind of pushed him towards it, like I'm like, yo, just give it a try. He fell in love with it, but now he wants to play rugby the same way I played rugby growing up.
Oh,
And I'm kind of hesitant because I just know like the wear and tear it does on your shoulders. And I'm trying to preach to him like rugby will always be there. Like I want you to focus on wrestling, you know, like you had a really good first year, especially for a freshman. You know, I was for his first year, I was actually surprised how good he did. He
okay.
actually went and qualified for for regionals.
That's tight.
Yeah, for his first year. So this summer, me and him gonna be putting in a lot of work together.
That's
And
cool.
yeah, man, it's one of those things where it's all life is all it's all about bonding. And creating those memories because I'm pretty sure like you take her to you take it to some games and you're sitting there and you're watching, and I'm pretty sure she's just happy that you were there.
Yeah, now especially because so she relocated with her mom a couple years back. So there's a distance between her and I now. It's 200 miles.
Wow.
Yeah, so now I have to make an effort to go and at
Figure
least
yeah.
go to like championships.
Yeah. No, it's not easy, man. And you know what the thing too is that on those weekends, like, that right there is a 2 hour drive there, 2 hour drive back. Because and most of the time it's like, it's not like the mom is gonna meet you halfway,
Hmm.
which will make life a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like yo, meet me in the middle. I'll meet you here for the pickup and drop off. This way it's an hour for me. Then you do what you want to do. If you want to go out, and hang in that area, do what you want to do. But for me, it's an hour drive there, hour drive back, instead of being a 4 hour trip. Because that's not just taxing on you; it's taxing on her. Because for that 4 hours, for that 2 hour drive, you know, like you gotta find time to try to catch up and find out how her week was. But kids don't want to talk.
Hmm.
85% of the time they're on the phone. Like when, especially when like one with my son. If we're not walking, he's on his phone. If I get the rental car and I'm driving, he has his headphones on, not even listening to me. So but like the sacrifice always pays off though. It always pays off. So if just all you can do is just get a good playlist or throw on a podcast. throw
Hmm.
on some Joe Rogan.
Dude, I just relit
You
this
know.
Love and Passion from last night that I left here
Mm.
in my dry box.
Yo, and
It
it's tastes exactly the same.
bullshit aside, bro. Like I relit cigars before, and they're just like tar buildup. And this one, it's pretty much smoking like it was smoking yesterday. In fact, I think it's smoking better because last night, like past the halfway point, the draw became a little bit tight,
Yeah.
and right now it's like it's smoking pretty
You know
good.
what? That's the one
I
thing too. Scott,
like
he
hell.
stands by that. He stands by it. You know. And the one thing that I learned is so like if you have all three cigars, so if you have the Toro, the Robusto, the Lancero, and I haven't tried it out yet, but one of these days I'm gonna try it out. He said if you smoke all three of those at one time, so you take the Robusto, light that one up, smoke it for a second, put it back down, light the Robusto up. Light the Toro up. You smoke that one for a little bit, you know, and then you smoke the Lancero. You should get three different flavor. You should get all three of them should have different, similar, but different flavor notes in them.
Mhm. Right off the bat, dude, because the the other one is the Love and Passion. I tried. I haven't tried the Robusto, but I tried the Toro,
Yeah.
and that one for me was a little bit spicy, like just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This
And
one,
it's
not so
smooth.
much.
It's a lot smoother. It's a lot smoother. But yo, Hugo, we went 2 hours, man. You know, Hugo, thank you for coming on. You know, hopefully, hopefully you'll come back on again soon.
Yeah, man.
You know, so hopefully you come back on again soon, man. We chop it up again. So, guys, thank you guys for subscribing. Don't forget, man, tell a friend, tell a friend. I'm 3 people away from having 300 subscribers, man. Help your boy out, get to 300, and then help your boy get to 500, and then help your boy get to 1,000. You know, I really appreciate you guys for watching, man. I hope you guys learned a lot. The key here was I wanted you guys to learn about who is Hugo. Who's the person, who's the man behind the cigar reviews. So hopefully you guys learned a little bit more about Hugo, and and just see not just the amazing cigar reviewer he is, but just the amazing person, the amazing man that he is, man. So until then, man, like you guys know, tell a friend to tell a friend. Big Guilty Cigar Podcast. We out.
Thanks, Eno.